Okay, this is my second one Saturday. I did Justice Roberts, and oh, this is painful. Let me see how painful. I don't know how to do that face, but whatever it is, for Tucker Carlson. I watch clips of his shows on Twitter, and I look through his feed in preparation for this. The Dominion case, the opening arguments are supposed to start Monday if they're on schedule, last I heard. But Tucker Carlson, and this is his character today, is frequently favored on Russian media and gets coverage for things that he says. And he takes positions recently on the young, I want to say kid, but he was 21 years old and responsible for what he did. He stole documents and put it on Discord. And then he's basically taken this view. He takes another view about pro-Russia, anti-Ukraine, and every time he gets a chance to lie, he does. One of the things I heard that was a direct lie was saying that the server, the Democratic server, and the story of the Democratic server basically being hacked by Russian agents, and there was a Mueller indictment for GRU, and they have all the evidence, and it was a speaking indictment. Very clear. Of course, they're not going to get tried in the United States because they're not going to be transferred here. But Tucker just lies, and it's clear in the documents with the Dominion that he just lies, but he just lies, says whatever. And it also that he, when he did I watched part of his redo of January 6th, and it's very propaganda-like in terms of trying to manipulate people, play the violent part, and then talk in a soft voice, and like this is no big deal. Like what you're seeing, you don't really see as violent with the crowds outside the Capitol. But once they go in, oh, it's empty. The QAnon shaman is just walking around. It was, anyway, so there are people that are ideologues and they believe this. I don't know that he does. From any about his history, he was very well educated. He comes from an adopted mother with money. I wanted to look at, and for entertainment purposes only, we want to look at Tucker, and this is representing Putin, and or Putin's buddies, if you want to say that. What's the relationship? Does anything show up here? It's very difficult to have a crime processed for journalists for speaking, because the free speech and the right of people to speak on the news, although it's questionable that that's news. It's interesting that some of this is being dealt with in a civil lawsuit that's not criminal. The Dominion, that's what Fox has done has affected them and blackballed them. But what I heard was Fox may have lost some advertisers and they can pay off Dominion the money, but their bread and butter comes from the rates that they charge more than the other cable companies for their news show. And their big subsidy, their big, mother's milk for them is the cable news fees that they get. And those are up for negotiation. So, and that will hurt them more than anything. There's a shareholders suit that got started, although I haven't seen the complaint. So I don't know what will get through in terms of the model that they do, but it's clear that even with the lawsuits, that truth is very that's not relevant in how they present. It doesn't seem there's any guidelines for that. All right, Tucker Carlson, what's going on with you and Putin? Do you guys have anything going, or what's going on? Why are you his buddy and get featured on Russian news? Do you think that would bother you? Okay, so here's the Putin doll over here in the water, the worry doll representing Putin. It's on a microphone and a boot. And here's the worry doll representing Tucker, and again for entertainment purposes plus parody, etc., etc. This is for fun, entertainment. Okay, here's the platform of power. And you have the Tucker worry doll laying right on the platform, and with one hand on the platform and the other hand on the earth. And the earth is in water, so that's mud. But over his head, that's kind of putting him up at a tilt, worry doll, is the sacred wisdom. And it... There's a truth or wisdom about this dude that is like right over the top of him, holding his head down, like down, pinned, and the blue water is here, and the blue water is touching earth. So the blue water in nature is a building of life force energy. But it can also be what's consciousness. So in the consciousness, there's a building of sacred wisdom or knowledge that's coming home. This is coming home into earth. And the nature stone in here is right here. So this is the true nature, and the true nature, and the Wedame is the undomesticated self. Like, I get to say or do whatever I want, no rules apply to me. And this governs his speaking, but also that of the organization. And over the top of it is the spirit ring, and it touches over the mermaid. So this is a female in the organization that spoke up about certain behaviors. I think this is the ring right here of the shell. I think there's more that's going to come out about the woman that was the producer for Mariela Bartanova, and then she moved from there to being on the producer team for Tucker. She's issued a complaint. She had some recordings that got released that might actually put some other people in trouble, like a Rudy Giuliani recordings or others, and she may have gotten the lawyers or the Fox in trouble with the judge in the case. But this starts to... the wisdom about who he is and how he exercises his power and his loose association with the truth. And then we have over here a clock, a watch face down. There could be an aspect to this that this is a watch that his time is running out. Could be the court, or it could be the Department of Justice, although I don't know the theory. There could be. But if this is the court, this going into court and seeing who he is could be, and being asked questions, and whether it comes in the Dominion trial or later with the producer this could be a bit rocky, that there's things that are going to come out, more things that will come out. And there's a little monkey here and the business. Oh, there's the little fox. I put the fox there. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. The deep water is here. It's between fire and earth. There's a little fox here. There's a lot of stuff that's going to come out. It could be the agreements. It's things from the heart. It's also documents. There's all these shells up here. These are all accessible. The left hand here. This could be female pressure. The firestone is here between, almost touching fire, but between, this is a new vision for the home, but this is basically, it can be communications, passion, etc., intuition. The ruler's here. So something is being measured. He's being measured. Things are really going to hit the fan, so to speak, I think. I don't see a direct tie, except you've got the microphone here and the boot here and the microphone over here. So there might be the messaging that's very similar, but it's also very similar if you have the boot to Texas. So there's, and maybe this represents the communications messaging, or it doesn't show, I can't see unless I go through that there's a direct connection other than the voices sound very familiar. You have the snake bone over here and the snake bone over here in accordance with the relationships, and the snake bones are tied to now. So something's going on in his personal relationship, and here's the flag here. Oh, she might not, this is for entertainment purposes only. There might be something come out that also shakes up this relationship, hearing something she might not want to hear. And over here we have justice, the ruler, the pearl of fire, the gun, justice, the owl, the genie ring. There could be things that he gets tied into some way, or his relations, in terms of trying to overthrow the government. And knowledge of what was going to happen. That he knew what was going on and would happen. The mineral stone is here. Everything's copacetic. Like, this is going to work itself out. If the mineral is from my point of view, it's good. It will be fine. This could be a deal for money. So this is close to Putin, maybe not directly, but somebody in power, money, deal, consortium, messaging, that he gets messaging. He gets paid money for allying and giving messages of certain groups. And the right hand here, they help him to keep his position his position of power. So he's assisted in his position of power because of the messaging that he gives. The left hand is here, and it's right in Earth. I think it's one of those, I used to be in, I think that's the women, or feminine influences, or something he's received. It's all going to, things are going to be, let me just put it this way again. He's head down, his head is trapped, one arm is in the mud, and the other arm is trying to retain power, being affected by power, and all this stuff is going to come out. So I would say it's not going to be an easy time for him, and for entertainment purposes only.